Meanwhile, Rivers State Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Dagogo Israel Iboroma, says only a federal high court can determine whether Martins Amawule and 26 other lawmakers are still members of the PDP and the Rivers State House of Assembly. Iboroma urged the public to disregard a state high court judgment making the rounds that Martins and 26 other lawmakers who had earlier defected from the PDP to the APC are still members of the PDP. Now, according to the judgment, the said defection of the 26 lawmakers, or 27 lawmakers rather, cannot be established through newspaper publication, radio announcements, or online publications. However, Iboroma said in a pending suit, their defection on the 11th of December 2023 is captured in affidavit evidence deposed by Amawule for himself and on behalf of the others before a federal high court in Abuja. Now, to discuss this, we're joined by a legal practitioner, Eugene Ode, and he joins us from Rivers State. Hello, Eugene. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Good evening. Thank you for having me.
All right, Eugene, now the Attorney General argues a federal high court has jurisdiction while a state high court issued the judgment. Now, can you analyze the legal basis for which court has authority in this case, involving party membership and assembly seats?
Well, who best to resolve this controversy raging with regards to the commission, which is beginning to look like a misinformation or disinformation that was probably targeted at misleading citizens of Federal Republic. That's having been said, the issue of jurisdiction is very paramount in determining the rights of parties before the court. And that is what the court has done today, to determine whether it had the jurisdiction to determine the issues that were brought before it for adjudication. Because jurisdiction is very paramount. It is like the cloak, the cloth that covers the courts. That is what empowers the courts to determine the issues that are before it. When a court lacks jurisdiction, it cannot proceed to determine whatever is before it. And this issue of jurisdiction has been settled by Section 272, subsection 3 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, as to who has the power to determine.
Okay, now in addition, Eugene.
Tenure.
Yes, in addition, the State High Court judgment reportedly views newspaper publications as insufficient proof of defection. Now, how does this viewpoint compare to typical legal standards for establishing defection from a political party?
Except maybe we're just having this conversation for academic purposes. Otherwise, the issue that were generated from the contents of the purported judgment, as was earlier published, which we have now found out that was false. The issue of the defection was a notorious fact. Now, whether it was published in the newspapers or not, the fact that it was a subject of deliberation during plenary, gives the courts the power, to take judicial notice of whatever transpired on the floor of the Rivers State House of Assembly on the fateful day when that defection was announced, irrespective of newspaper publication. But to say that newspaper publications and media publication has no role in determining whether or not this people defected, I don't think that is actually correct. Well, like I said, this is an academic discussion. It has nothing to do with the purported judgment because there was no such judgment.
Okay.
Now, facts to be said to be notorious when everybody within the locality has become defection of the 27 lawmakers from the Rivers State House of Assembly from the PDP to the APC was so notorious. okay, because it was published widely in both electronic and print media, including social media, not just by the media houses themselves, but even by the 27 lawmakers themselves. We saw pictures and videos of them celebrating their defection. And by Section 122 of the Evidence Act, these are facts which any has the power to take judicial notice of. Now, like I told you, even if the court decides that it's not going to countenance newspaper publications, what about the activities that took place during plenary when the then speaker himself?
Well, the Attorney General also mentioned, Amawule's affidavit in a federal court, claiming defection. Do you think this affidavit contradicts any previous filings or statements made by Amawule or the other lawmakers regarding their party affiliation?
You know what is interesting in the whole of this thing? There is no material particular, either in the media or in the courts, where these 27 lawmakers have denied their defection. It is only the PDP that is denying, or the APC, or progs, or their lawyers. But the 27 lawmakers themselves have not, by any instrument whatsoever, come out openly to deny that they did not defect from the PDP. This is common knowledge to everybody, including the courts. Where, or if there's any document or any publication where these 27 lawmakers have come out to say they are still members of PDP and they never challenge their handlers to make it known, even to you, the media people. The Honorable Attorney General of Rivers State was accurate when he stated that the 27 lawmakers are actually in court at the Federal High Court in Abuja. In fact, that matter was commenced by a writ of summons, where they filed statements of claim, okay? And in that statement of claim, they averred and gave reasons as to why they left notice, seeking interlocutory orders of the Federal High Court to restrain INEC their positions, because according to them, their defection was in line with the provisions of Section 109, subsection 1, paragraph G, particularly the proviso, which is the fact that they were claiming that there was division, and they took advantage of that division in PDP while they defected. That is the position of the 27 lawmakers, both in courts and the courts. You cannot cry more than the bereaved. I don't think PDP would come out now to begin to cry more than the 27 lawmakers who have since jumped ship.
All right, just to wrap up, this conversation, the disputes involving lawmakers potentially switching parties. Now, how do you think this situation affects the balance of power within the Rivers State House of Assembly and also influence upcoming political actions?
Now, what is important is that you should be aware there is balance of power. That's not a challenge. That's not a problem. There are now members of the House of Assembly who are holding forth. A new speaker has been elected, and the speaker has been piloting the affairs of the House of Assembly and has been working, in collaboration with the executive arm of government and the judiciary to move the state forward. I believe you are aware that some laws have already been passed. In fact, one of the first things that he did when he came, the House of Assembly, the first thing they did was to annul and abrogate every law that was passed by the 27 lawmakers during this period when there was seemingly lacuna in the leadership of the House of Assembly. And those are far-reaching decisions, and several other decisions have been taken by the House of Assembly. The current House of Assembly has led by the new speaker, okay, and has received the endorsement of the governor of the state. So there is no problem. The system is working seamlessly, okay. And I believe that in due course, everything will be resolved, both politically and judicially.
All right, that's good to hear. Well, thank you so much, Eugene, for joining us and speaking on this.